好，我们讲这个楞严经。阿难尊者
Now let's discuss the Surangama Sutra. Ananda, when all your faculties have been fully uprooted, the inner radiance will shine forth. Then all this fleeting dust-like phenomena and the various changing forms of the material world will be like hot water melting ice. They will instantly transform in accordance with thought into supreme perfect awareness. So what it means is that Ananda, if today you completely uproot all the 6 roots, the eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, and mind, then your Buddha nature will naturally radiate light. The wondrous, luminous true mind will appear, because on top of the wondrous, luminous true mind, the eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, and mind are attached to it to conceal and hide the wondrous, luminous true mind. So if you uproot the 6 roots, then the inner light, inner radiance will manifest. Then all this fleeting dust or dust-like phenomena, all the changing phenomena of the world will be like hot water melting ice, and the ice will dissolve. It would be like that. So when you eliminate your 6 roots, then your inner radiance, the Buddha nature, will manifest naturally. All the changing phenomena of the Saha world will be like ice in the hot water. Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi, Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi, you have been enlightened. This is the Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi, then unexcelled realization and equality. So that's the wondrous luminous true mind is Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi. So that's the supreme perfect awareness, which is the Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi. Fine. That's how it is. Because every human, every sentient being generally are affected by all phenomena in the Saha world. Why are they affected? Through their eyes. Recently, I went to the True Buddha Foundation office and blessed a letter who wrote about a child who was addicted to cell phone and not study, not sleep, just looking at the cell phones day and night, in the daytime and at night, just swiping on the phones. They don't want to go to school. They look at the cell phones all night. So the parents could not do anything but took away the cell phone, and then the kid killed himself. Oh my God, he jumped over the building. Oh my gosh, Amitabha. Just a little kid. That's very addictive. That's very serious. There was a time that many children in America were addicted to Nintendo games. They were so addicted that all the parents sued Nintendo. That was very serious. Now many kids very addicted to cell phones. Luckily, I don't use cell phones. One charge can last me a whole year. I have it. I bring it with me, but I don't turn it on. So I don't get hooked on the cell phones. I'm never scammed because I don't open my phone. I don't use credit cards. And I just use cash. But some places don't accept cash. The state of the New York State, that if you don't accept cash, that's against the law. But in Seattle, sometimes they don't accept cash, only cards. They don't want cash. So what use of having money then, of having cash? Many places, they all use charges. There are many changes in the world. You can't use cash. You can only use cards and charges. So strange. On cash, money? Isn't cash also money? And of course you can use it, right? Why not? They said no, they don't accept cash. What can you do? What is most useful? Nothing. Can you buy using gold? Gold trading? I have gold. But these are not mine. If you don't wear this, they would cry. The person who gives this to me will cry. if I don't wear them. So I have to wear this. But of course, they are not bad. They look nice. So what are this? This is the changing phenomena of the world, the various changing phenomena of the world. Today, Dharma Sister Ho Ching came. One of her houses had a leak and the whole floor was damaged, so they had to change the floor. And it's been almost a year and it's not fixed yet. It's not fixed yet. And what's the reason? No materials for the floor, no workers to work on it, and the insurance issue, that's a problem. There are many changes. My car was newly bought, not long, and need to be serviced. They took 3 weeks. I asked for Chi, is my Ferrari repaired? He said, we still miss one part. In Italy, that's being sent. I asked him, why so long? Because they have to change the part. It's new. Why do you have to change? You have to change. It's broken. It took 3 weeks. He told me, 3 weeks is nothing. My Ferrari over there, it's been 2 years and it's not even fixed yet. 2 years later, is there something wrong? He said, I've forgotten what color my Ferrari is and how to drive it. There. He just leaves it there. There is a strength of Asians. There are always people that's on standby. The technicians are always there on call. With one call, they would be there to provide service. The Westerners, they are always on vacation. Vacation technicians. Where is this person? On vacation. You have to fix it right away. You cannot have gaps or pauses. You cannot have breaks. It's 24/7. They have like people rotating to be on call, working all the time for the productions as well as for the service. So that's why manufacturing and production should be in the East. And the West is the spenders, the customers, then the economy would be in balance. The West spends and the East produces. So that's the different culture. In Seattle, you have to understand that you have to wait for everything. You just wait for everything. I have a dryer at home, the clothes dryer, clothes washer and dryer. They were bought together. The dryer broke the day we bought it. How many people have we hired to fix? Can you reply? Have we fixed the dryer at home? It's been fixed 3 times. Now we decided to buy a new one. Has the new one arrived? No, next week. We were given a discount for it. So the newly bought washer and dryer had the warranty. It was broken when it was still under warranty, and they kept trying to fix it until the warranty period expired. So you have to pay. Now we have to buy a new one. They just give a little bit of discount because we had passed the warranty period. Asking a few of the repairmen, the technician, from the junior to the most senior, like the most experienced, the best technician came, the supreme technician, the unexcelled, unparalleled technician, nobody above him. And he said, it's fixed, but then it's broken again. Came again, it's fixed, and it's broken again, and then again. So the great, supreme, and excelled technician said, there's nothing we could do, just change to a new one. And we said, okay. But hey, now you have passed the warranty period, so you have to buy a new one. Well, but we said, but it's broken since the warranty period. Oh, well, okay, we'll just give you a little discount. Oh, let me tell you what I'm worried about is that the new one will be broken too. Then they send someone to repair and we have to pay every time. You think it's free? No. And the charge is from when they leave their home, for the repair. There's a visit fees, how far they have to drive. Even when they couldn't fix it, the trips have to be paid. And then also the labor. And after several times, still not fixed. And for Qing's house's floor, it's being fixed for a year already. I remember there was someone with the hot water heater that was broken and being fixed. How long was it taking her? She lived in Issaquah. Also a long time. Over 6 months. That's how it is. Let me tell you, the marble floor of the Rainbow Temple, the Rainbow Hall, right as you open the main door, there are marble squares of marble floors. Those were expensive marbles. It took 1 month to do that small area. But the one at my home in Taiwan, when we were buying that house, I said, we want marbles for the floor. So I asked the Taiwanese workers, how long will it take to put on the marbles? 1 night. 1 night. I will start tonight and tomorrow morning will be done. 200 ping. Their productivity is really amazing. The next morning, when we went there, it's done. Because the neighbors complained because all night they were working. It's about 7,000 square feet. But here, just a small area took 1 month and 30,000 US dollars. That was in the 80s. And then the stained glass windows, just that little bit, also in the tens of thousands. So that's all kinds of changing phenomena of the world. The East and the West, the work ethics and the work productivities are very different. When I was in the hospital, seeing them making an injection, they don't even disinfect and they just threw it into the receptor bin. That's a waste. With 1 injection and then with disinfectant, you can use it again. In the East, the needles in the hospitals then being disinfected and resold again. No waste. Everything is such a waste in the hospitals here. Everything is disposable. Everything is just used 1 time. In the East, we use them multiple times. You can disinfect them, towels and sheets. So all the various changing phenomena of the material world, everything is different thing. But if you uproot all of the 6 roots and all the inner light will appear, then you would know what you're supposed to know. Everything. You would know everything. It's very easy to see Sakyamuni Buddha. Didn't Sakyamuni Buddha die 2,600 years ago? How come you could see him, but nobody else can? As soon as I think of him, and close my eyes, right in front, there would be lights appearing right in front of me, like rays of fine lights. And then inside that lights, Sakyamuni Buddha will appear. I truly can see. When you cultivate spiritually until you reach a state, you close your eyes in meditation, entering samadhi, and whatever you want to see, with the thought turning, it's like a heavenly antenna emitting waves, and that would connect with Sakyamuni Buddhas, and then he would appear. It's the same like your cell phones, the Wi-Fi. You're 1,000 miles away and you can face-to-face, FaceTime, calling the phone number, then they would appear on the screen. So if you cultivate spiritually until your heart light appears, then you're like the cell phone, you're like the screen. Whoever I want to see, I dial that, close my eyes, enter samadhi. When the wave flanks match, then they would appear. So that's the emission of the heart light. So how did True Buddha Sutra came about? It's the emanation of the heart light, the inner light. One time I drove and I saw someone and I asked her, when are you coming back? And she said, as soon as you think of me, I would come. When I heard that, oh, that's so nice. Sure enough, it happens. When the light of your heart mind manifests or shines forth, and you lie in bed, when you think of her and you emit the light, then that person would be inside the light. I can see her. You didn't think of that, right? So you are a cell phone. Don't you know? The thought, with one thought, you transform into the supreme perfect awareness. So your heart mind is a cell phone, and that person appears in it. You know, the other day, I paid homage to Chachilamu. Why? Because the little 1, little 2, little 3, little 4, Fu Rong, Qian Qian, Rui Guang, and Zhen were all together with Chachilamu at the Chachi temple, in the Limbu temple. 5 of them appeared together. Anyone saw them? When they were at the Chachi temple, please raise your hand if you saw them. Nobody? Nobody. Simu saw on her wheelchair, wearing beautiful dresses. Who is this with long hair and with beautiful dress? And I said, oh, that's Qian Qian. Qian Qian is very beautiful. Of the 4, the most beautiful one is Qian Qian. Of the 5, of course, Chachilamu is the most beautiful. So Qian Qian came here to see the Homa. She is inside my bag, but she didn't want to be there. It smells bad. Why it smells bad? Because there's dirty money. Your offerings are very foul, and she gets dizzy smelling that. So she wants to be inside the car. So she sat behind Simu. When I turned my head, I saw her head. When Simu turned her head, she ducked down. But then Simu saw, who's that behind? Oh, that's Qian Qian. She followed us to see the Homa. So Simu saw that. The other day at the Chachi temple, we saw the 4. Simu saw all 4. So she's incredible, but none of you saw. We all just focus on grandmas. How come you could not see? I went there. And then Simu also that is beyond your imagination. Let me tell you, and the 4, the little 1, little 2, little 3, little 4, they were wearing skirts, and the skirts were about to fall down. Really, if you don't believe that, you ask her. She told Yanxi. Okay, Yanxi, pick up a microphone. So it's next to me. Look, Chachilamu's skirt is falling down. I said, no. That's what she said, asking me to look. Because her figure is extremely beautiful. Even if the skirt drops, she's still very beautiful. Why is she wearing skirts? So those with celestial eyes can see. Her figure is truly more S than S. That's the changing phenomena of the world. The mundane eyes cannot see. Because she welcomes Grandmaster, that's why she drops her skirt. And she knows that you cannot see anyway. You just see the Chachilamu statue. You did not see her true beauty. But Grandmaster saw her beauty, and Simu saw her beauty. But you cannot see her true beauty. You just saw the statue, just the carved statue, right? So what we saw was the true phenomena, and what you saw was the fake phenomena, the surface, the superficial. Actually, Chachilamu has no need to wear anything. She's naked, very beautiful, a perfect goddess. So that's the changing phenomena of the material world. We can see the true ones. When you say, I will come when you think of me, Of course, those who can see Grandmaster's Dharma bodies, if you think of them, they would come. If you have those sensations, then you can tell, and it can go no wrong. So generally speaking, you start to have some sensations and awareness. Those with affinities, then you have connections, you have mutual connections. Why Xiaoseng never wants to touch my hand, but Xiaoseng loves to touch the hands of women. Artan is very young. When women give the hand to him, he would hold, but not the man. That's because attraction between opposite sex. But when Grandmaster wants to touch his hand, he would go like this. But when a woman wants to touch him, he would let him. And Anna next to him, and he would place his head on Anna's chest. He's so tiny and already like that, and he needs education. If you don't teach him since young, he would become a womanizer, become a playboy when he grows up. We have to teach him. When Grandmaster wants to shake his hand, he declined. But Colin, he would hold her hands very tightly. Anna too, Juliana, sitting next to him, and he would put his head on Anna. But Anna is only 5 or 6. Oh, you're already so lusty, even when you're so tiny. That's too much. Our hearts, like Mahakashyapa, they have eliminated their consciousness. They have no more consciousness. It's just a perfect heart light that the wondrous, luminous true mind has manifested. That's Shravakas. They have reached the 4 sagely realms. Mahakashyapa deserves lots of our respects. Mahakashyapa had attainments, but not Ananda. After Sakyamuni Buddha entered parinirvana, Ananda had no attainments. So Mahakashyapa gathered everybody for a meeting and disbanded Ananda to join. Because Ananda had fondness for women, that's like Artan, that's like Xiaoseng. Fondness. Primarily, we talk about if you uproot completely the 6 roots, the eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, and mind, what is left is just the clear light radiance. The light will appear. And at such a time, you would know Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi. Such a realization is called Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi. That's the most perfect. And then you can see and hear all the 10 Dharma realms. That's what it means. Only that is Buddhanature. The Buddha teaches us how to cultivate spiritually by making use of the 6 roots. You still have to make use of the 6 roots to cultivate spiritually, not in union and not apart from it. And it's not your eyes seeing, your ears hearing, your nose smelling, not the tongue tasting, not the body touching, and not the mind thinking. None of those. So the realization and the enlightenment that is reached is called the Anuttara Samyak